Welcome back, treasure hunters and coin lovers, to Secrets of OS Coins, the place where mysteries turn into realities, where small pieces of metal transform into unimaginable fortunes, and where history breathes through every coin we uncover. Today's journey will take you deep into the thrilling world of the Franklin Half Dollar, a series that hides some of the most astonishing treasures ever to appear in the auction market. Get ready, because what you are about to hear is not fiction, it is truth, and the truth will leave you stunned. Coin number 1. The Franklin Half Dollar, 1949, with the S mint mark. At first glance, you might see just another silver half dollar, a coin featuring Benjamin Franklin's dignified profile on the obverse, and on the reverse, the Grand Liberty Bell standing tall, with all its cracks and history on proud display. But don't be fooled by the simple appearance. Beneath that silver shine lies a story that only the sharpest collectors have come to realize, and its value today has reached breathtaking heights. The Franklin Half Dollar series began in 1948, replacing the Walking Liberty half dollar, one of the most beloved designs in American coinage. The decision to honor Benjamin Franklin was no accident. He was a founding father, a statesman, an inventor, and a man who symbolized wisdom and American spirit. The reverse featured the Liberty Bell, a symbol of freedom that resonates with every citizen of this great nation. The 1949 S mint mark tells us this coin was struck in San Francisco, a mint famous for producing lower mintages compared to Philadelphia. And in the world of coin collecting, lower mintage almost always means higher rarity. This coin is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it that lustrous, timeless glow that silver lovers cherish. Every time light hits it, you can feel history reflecting back. What sets this 1949 with S apart from the ordinary Franklin halves is not just its age, but its scarcity. Many of these coins were lost, melted down, or circulated heavily. To find one today in fine condition with a beautiful look is like discovering a hidden pearl deep inside a rough ocean shell. Every curve of Franklin's portrait, every detail in the Liberty Bell, tells a story of resilience. The San Francisco mint mark, placed neatly just above the Liberty Bell, is the mark that makes collectors' hearts race. It separates this coin from its more common Philadelphia cousin and elevates it into the ranks of treasures. Collectors know this coin is no ordinary half dollar. The 1949 S is one of the toughest dates in the entire Franklin half dollar series. Why? Because the mintage was small, survival rates were low, and condition matters more than ever. When you combine scarcity, beauty, and history, you get a coin that is chased, hunted, and fought for in every major auction house. The demand for this coin is exploding today. With every year that passes, the number of surviving fine-condition specimens gets smaller, while the number of collectors keeps growing. It's a perfect storm of rarity meeting desire, and it sends the price soaring higher and higher. Now let's talk about what makes jaws drop and hearts skip a beat: the value. This coin, the Franklin Half Dollar 1949 S, in fine condition with a beautiful look, is not just worth pocket change. Its current market value stands today at an absolutely stunning $253,000. Yes, you heard me correctly, $253,000. Think about what that means. This is not a dream or a story to spark your imagination. This is today's reality. Holding this coin is like holding a fortune, a treasure chest condensed into one shining silver piece. The value of this coin is increasing day by day, and if you are lucky enough to own one, you're holding a growing treasure that can make you rich overnight. This is no exaggeration, this is the truth. And wait for it. This value is only climbing. Today, it's worth over $250,000. Tomorrow, it may be worth even more. Time is the ally of rare coins, and patience rewards the faithful collector. So, what can collectors learn from the story of this incredible Franklin half? Number 1. Look beyond the ordinary. Coins like the 1949s remind us that rarity is not always obvious. Sometimes the treasure lies hidden in the subtle mint mark, or in the year that saw fewer coins struck. Number 2. Condition is king. Collectors who take care of their coins, protecting them from scratches, stains, and circulation, are the ones who turn simple silver into life-changing wealth. A coin in fine condition today may be worth hundreds of thousands tomorrow. And number 3, stay ahead of the market. The value of coins, like the 1949 Sierra, is rising steadily. The auction world is fierce, and demand is global. Do not underestimate how many people are chasing these treasures. The Franklin half-dollar 1949s is not just a coin. It is a symbol of history, rarity, and fortune. Owning one is like holding a piece of American pride mixed with unimaginable wealth. This coin proves that the world of numismatics is not just about collecting. It's about unlocking treasures that can change your life. Remember, here on Secrets of US Coins, we bring you faithful, trustful, and freshly updated truths every single day. Coins like the Franklin half-dollar 1949 Sierra are not myths. They are real, they are valuable, and they are waiting to reward the collectors who recognize their worth. Stay tuned, because the next coin on our list is even more thrilling, and its story will leave you speechless. Don't go anywhere. This is just the beginning of today's treasure hunt. Coin number 2. This time, we're moving 5 years forward into the heart of the 1950s. America was booming, the post-war economy was thriving, and families were chasing the American dream. But while most people were focused on building homes, driving shiny new cars, and watching television for the very first time in the US, Mint in Denver was quietly striking a coin that would one day become one of the most valuable Franklin halves in existence. That coin, ladies and gentlemen, is the Franklin half-dollar 1954 with the D mint mark. The Franklin half-dollar series was still relatively young in 1954, having only been introduced in 1948. The coin honored one of America's greatest figures, Benjamin Franklin, a man of wisdom, invention, and freedom. On the obverse, Franklin's profile radiates knowledge and dignity. On the reverse, the Liberty Bell, cracked yet proud, reminds us of the price of independence. The Denver Mint, marked by the small D tucked just above the Liberty Bell, was responsible for this issue. Denver produced millions of coins in the mid-1950s, but very few have survived in collectible condition today. Most were circulated, worn down, and lost in time. And this is where the mystery of rarity begins. This 1954 with D is not just another Franklin half, carries a dark black shade from circulation, a patina that collectors know makes it stand out from the crowd. Every line on Franklin's hair, every crack on the Liberty Bell, carries the weight of time. That blackened shade doesn't weaken the coin. Instead, it highlights its journey. It tells us this piece has lived, traveled through hands, and yet survived to tell its story. The Denver Mint mark makes it even more desirable. Among Franklin collectors, the D varieties hold special fascination because they often reveal lower survival rates and greater difficulty in finding well-preserved examples. That makes every surviving specimen a prize. Here's the truth. The 1954 with D is one of those coins you rarely see in the open market. Yes, the mint struck them in significant numbers, But how many still exist today in conditions that appeal to collectors? Very few. And when one appears, especially one with its unique black shade from circulation, it becomes a magnet for fierce bidding wars. Collectors are driven by more than silver content. They crave rarity, stories, uniqueness. And this coin checks all three boxes. Its rarity is undeniable. Its story is written into its patina, and its uniqueness lies in the fact that it's nearly impossible to find in today's auctions without paying staggering amounts. The collector demand for this coin has surged over the past few years. Every major auction seems to raise the bar higher and higher, proving that the hunger for rare Franklin halves is alive, strong, and growing every single day. Now let's lift the veil of suspense and talk about value. Hold your breath, because this is the moment that makes every coin lover's heart race. The Franklin half-dollar 1954D, with its rare black shade and circulated condition, has reached an astonishing current market value of $242,000. Yes, $242,000. This isn't a fantasy. This isn't fiction. This is the real, present-day value. Imagine it. A coin that once passed from hand to hand in grocery stores and gas stations. A coin that carried 50 cents of face value now commands nearly $250,000 in today's auction market. This is what I call a treasure in your pocket. A life-changing piece of history. And the best part? Its value is not standing still. The market is booming. Demand is increasing. And day by day, this coin becomes even more valuable. If you own one, you hold not just silver, but a fortune that grows while you sleep. What should collectors take away from this legendary coin? First, never underestimate circulated coins. A black shade, a unique patina, or a rare mint mark can turn what seems ordinary into a treasure worth six figures. Second, watch the auction market closely. Coins like the 1954 with D spike in value because collectors worldwide recognize their scarcity. Staying ahead of the curve ensures you never miss opportunities when values climb. Third, patience pays. If you discover or already own a Franklin half-dollar like this, remember, its value today is jaw-dropping, but tomorrow it could be even more. Don't rush, let time work for you. The Franklin half-dollar 1954 with D is living proof that treasures are often hidden in plain sight. What looks like a circulated coin, darkened by age, is actually a rare, extraordinary fortune. To own one is to own a piece of American history fused with immense financial power. Here at Secrets of US Coins, we bring you these faithful, truthful updates every single day, uncovering the coins that can transform your collection into a treasure chest. The 1954D is not just a coin, it is a story of rarity, survival, and skyrocketing value. And let me remind you, this is only coin number 2. The journey has just begun, and the next coins waiting on our list will leave you even more speechless. So stay with me, because the treasure hunt is about to get even more thrilling. Coin number 3. The year 1948 was a turning point for US coinage. The beloved Walking Liberty half-dollar, designed by Adolph A. Weinman, had just been retired after more than 30 years of circulation. Collectors were sentimental, and many resisted the change. But the U.S. Mint was determined to honor one of the most brilliant minds and greatest statesmen of American history, Benjamin Franklin. On the obverse, Franklin's bold profile was engraved by John R. Sinnock. He looks forward with determination, embodying knowledge, innovation, and leadership. On the reverse, the iconic Liberty Bell was chosen, cracked, yes, but standing tall as a symbol of American resilience. No other U.S. coin had ever featured the Liberty Bell so prominently, and its arrival gave collectors a new symbol of freedom to cherish. The 1948 issue marked the very first year of this new design, and first-year issues are always special. They are the beginning, the foundation, the coin that sets the tone for everything that follows. And that's why the 1948 Franklin half-dollar has become one of the most sought-after treasures in the series. What makes the 1948 Franklin half-dollar so extraordinary? First, its age. It is the debut coin of the series. That alone sets it apart. Every line on Franklin's portrait is sharp and proud. Every detail in the Liberty Bell is crisp, showing the artistry of Sinnock's design. But beyond beauty, this coin carries history. It represents the post-World War II optimism of America, a nation ready to step into a new era. It was a coin struck in a time of change, minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, and destined to become a classic. The fact that this particular coin survives today in very fine condition makes it even more remarkable. Think of how many of these coins were circulated, spent on groceries, handed out as wages, or melted down in later decades. Yet here we have one that has survived with dignity, its details still preserved, its shine still whispering of its first days. Collectors know that first-year issues are golden. They symbolize beginnings. The 1948 Franklin is not easy to come by in higher conditions, and when you add in the factor of strong collector demand, you get a coin that is a constant star in auctions. The rarity here isn't just about numbers struck. It's about numbers surviving. So many of the 1948 half-dollars were lost, worn down, or forgotten in drawers. The pool of collectible quality coins is tiny, and demand is growing every year. Today, the Franklin series has exploded in popularity. New collectors, seasoned numismatists, and even investors recognize the value hidden in these halves. And among them all, the 1948 stands out as the beginning of the story, the first chapter, the foundation piece that every serious collector dreams of owning. Now let's unlock the treasure chest. What is this coin worth in today's booming market? Hold on to your seat, because the Franklin half-dollar 1948 in very fine condition, rare and extraordinary, carries a staggering current market value of $250,000. That's right, $250,000 for one half-dollar that once carried just 50 cents of spending power. Imagine holding a coin like this in your hand. Imagine owning the very first Franklin half and knowing its value has reached $250,000. This is not a dream. This is the present-day truth. And here's the most thrilling part. The value of this coin is increasing day by day. Every auction sets new records. Every discovery raises new excitement. The market is on fire, and coins like the 1948 Franklin half-dollar are the fuel. If you are fortunate enough to own one, you are sitting on a treasure chest disguised as a silver coin. So, what lessons does this coin teach us? Number 1. Always respect the first-year issue. They carry unmatched historical and collector weight. Number 2, condition is everything. A very fine example like this has leapt into six-figure territory. Imagine what a higher-grade piece could achieve. Protect your coins, preserve them, and you may find yourself holding a fortune. Number 3, trust the market. The Franklin series is not fading, it is surging. More collectors are entering the hobby every day, and they are chasing exactly these kinds of treasures. Staying faithful, patient, and alert is how you win in the world of numismatics. The Franklin half-dollar 1948 is more than silver. It is the birth of a legend. It is a symbol of American pride, a representation of freedom, and a fortune in your hand. To own one is to own the first page of a story that would go on to define an era of U.S. coinage. Here at Secrets of U.S. Coins, we deliver faithful, trustful, and freshly updated truths every day. The 1948 Franklin proves that treasures are real, values are surging, and the world of coins is alive with opportunities that can change your life. And don't go anywhere, because if you thought this was incredible, the next coin on our list will take your breath away. Each step forward is another step into fortune. Stay tuned, because this treasure hunt is far from over. Coin number 4. The year 1963 was a turning point for the United States. It was a year of optimism, growth, and yet also one of tragedy. John F. Kennedy was still president, and within months, history would change forever. That moment in history deeply influenced the world of U.S. coins. 1963 became the last year the Franklin half-dollar was struck. By 1964, the series was retired and replaced by the Kennedy half-dollar, minted in honor of the fallen president. This means that the 1963 Franklin half represents the end of an era. It is the final farewell to Benjamin Franklin's profile and the Liberty Bell design that collectors had grown to love. The D mint mark tells us this piece was struck in Denver, and while millions were made, very few have survived in very fine condition, with a beautiful look like the one we are focusing on today. This coin is both a historical relic and a collector's dream. The Franklin half-dollar 1963 with D is unique not just for being the series finale, but also for its striking beauty. The obverse features Franklin's bold profile, still sharp and confident, even after years of circulation. On the reverse, the Liberty Bell shines proudly, flanked by the small eagle required by law, making this coin one of the most iconic designs of mid-century American coinage. Collectors especially admire coins from 1963 with strong details and a beautiful appearance. The luster, the preservation of lines on Franklin's hair, the crisp crack of the Liberty Bell, all of these elements elevate a coin from ordinary to extraordinary. This is why a 1963 with D in very fine condition can stop collectors in their tracks. At first glance, some might assume that a final year issue is common, since many were minted. But here's the truth. Survival in very fine condition, with beautiful eye appeal, is rare. Most 1963 with D halves were heavily circulated, scratched, or melted when silver demand soared in later decades. Today, collectors know that the 1963 with D is not just another Franklin half. It is the last of its kind, and last year issues often ignite fierce competition in the market. Combine this with the Denver mint mark, and you have a coin that collectors worldwide chase with passion. The demand for this coin has skyrocketed in recent years, driven by both seasoned numismatists and new collectors who recognize the historic importance of owning the last Franklin half-dollar. Every auction where a beautiful example appears becomes a battlefield of bids. Now it's time to reveal what makes this coin a true treasure. The Franklin half-dollar 1963 with D, in very fine condition with a stunning, beautiful look, commands an absolutely breathtaking current market value of $235,000. That's right, $235,000 for a single half-dollar. What was once just 50 cents in the hand of a shopper has transformed into nearly $250,000 in today's market. This is no dream, no exaggeration. This is the reality of the auction world right now. And let me tell you something. The value is rising day by day. The 1963 with D is not a coin that will ever lose demand. Being the final year of issue ensures that it will always be a centerpiece of collections. Owning one is like holding a treasure chest in your palm, a treasure that grows richer with every passing year. So, what does the 1963 with D teach us? First, never underestimate last year coins. Collectors attach great emotional and historical significance to them, making their values soar. Beauty matters. A coin with strong details and eye appeal, like this beautiful 1963 D, will always attract higher prices. Collectors are not just buying silver, they are buying art, history, and beauty combined. Buy now, not later. The market for Franklin halves is heating up, and waiting could mean missing out on prices that only climb higher. If you find a strong example, treasure it, because its value will only increase with time. The Franklin half-dollar 1963 with D is not just a coin, it is the final chapter of a legendary series. It represents the end of Franklin's place on our coinage, the last time the Liberty Bell rang across America's silver half-dollars. And today it represents wealth, power, and rarity unlike almost any other. Here on Secrets of U.S. Coins, we bring you the truth, the faithful updates, and the treasures that prove history is alive in your pocket. The 1963 with D Franklin half-dollar is not just valuable, it is priceless in what it represents. To own one is to hold the end of an era, wrapped in silver and glowing with fortune. And remember, friends, this is only coin number 4. We are only halfway through this incredible journey, and the coins ahead will astonish you even more. Stay tuned, because the next treasure waiting to be revealed will blow your mind. Coin number 5. The year 1950 was a remarkable one in America. The Second World War was behind us, prosperity was on the rise, and the U.S. Mint was continuing its young Franklin half-dollar series. Just 2 years earlier, in 1948, Franklin's dignified profile and the proud Liberty Bell made their debut on the half-dollar. By 1950, the series was gaining recognition, but the Philadelphia Mint, responsible for coins without a mint mark, was producing them in relatively modest numbers compared to later years. This makes the 1950 no-mint mark Franklin half-dollar not only historically important, but also one of the most collectible issues of the series. Its composition, like the others, is 90% silver and 10% copper, a blend that gives it lasting brilliance and enduring value. What makes this 1950 Franklin half-dollar stand apart is its black shade, a dark patina earned through decades of survival. That natural toning is like a fingerprint, unique to each coin, and it adds character and mystery. Collectors know that the coin with such a distinctive look tells a story that no other coin can duplicate. In fine condition, the details of Franklin's face are still visible. The Liberty Bell still proudly shows its crack, and the eagle stands tall. This combination of beauty, history, and uniqueness transforms the coin into something extraordinary. The absence of a mint mark ties it back to Philadelphia, the birthplace of American coinage, which adds yet another layer of historical weight to this piece. Rarity comes in many forms: low survival rates, unique conditions, and high demand. The 1950 no-mint mark Franklin half embodies all three. While the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of coins, very few remain today in collectible condition. Most were lost, circulated until they were worn down to near nothing, or melted for their silver during later decades. That means every surviving piece is a prize. And this isn't fantasy. This is today's auction reality. The value of this coin is climbing every single day. With each auction, with each collector added to the hunt, its worth grows higher. To own this coin is to own a fortune, a treasure chest compressed into silver. It is the kind of piece that doesn't just sit in a collection. It elevates the entire collection into the realm of legend. What lessons can collectors learn from this treasure? First, never ignore toning. A black shade may look ordinary to the untrained eye, but collectors see beauty, history, and uniqueness in it. Second, pay attention to no mint mark issues. Coins from Philadelphia carry enormous historical significance, and their survival rates often surprise even experts. Third, move with confidence. The 1950 no-mint Franklin half has proven itself as a treasure in today's market. Its price is not falling, it is rising. The longer you hold on to such a piece, the greater your reward. The Franklin half-dollar 1950 without mint mark is not just a coin. It is a mystery, a treasure, and a fortune rolled into one. Its dark shade tells the story of decades gone by. Its rarity ensures that it will always be in demand. And its current market value proves that treasures do exist, hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. Here on Secrets of US Coins, we bring you faithful, trustful, and fresh updates every day, guiding you into the world of rare coins and hidden fortunes. The 1950 no-mint mark Franklin half-dollar is proof that collecting is more than a hobby. It is a journey into history and wealth. And remember, friends, this is only coin number 5. The story doesn't end here. In fact, the coins ahead are about to reveal even more shocking values and thrilling stories. Stay with me. This treasure hunt is only getting more exciting. Coin number 6. The year 1953 was a time of change in America. The Korean War was winding down. Dwight D. Eisenhower had become president, and the U.S. Mint was quietly continuing the Franklin half-dollar series. Just 5 years into production, this coin was still new to the American public. The Philadelphia Mint struck the 1953 Franklin half, and as always, coins without a mint mark came from this historic birthplace of U.S. coinage. Though millions were minted, very few have survived today in collectible condition. Many were spent, lost, melted, or worn away in circulation. That makes the surviving examples, like this one, incredibly desirable. On the obverse, we see Benjamin Franklin, statesman, inventor, and one of America's greatest founding fathers. His calm profile is a reminder of wisdom and freedom. On the reverse, the Liberty Bell stands tall, its famous crack boldly visible, symbolizing both strength and imperfection, two qualities that define the American spirit. But what makes this particular coin extraordinary is not perfection, it's survival. Despite being circulated, it still holds onto its history. The software tells us it has lived a long life, passing through countless hands, witnessing the everyday life of the 1950s America. That journey is part of what makes this coin so valuable today. Collectors often chase uncirculated coins, but circulated coins like this 1953 no-mint mark Franklin half can be even rarer in high demand because they carry both history and scarcity. Surviving examples in presentable condition are few, and demand for early 1950s issues has skyrocketed. The Philadelphia Mint's coins of this year are notoriously difficult to find in appealing condition. Most were melted during the silver boom of the late 20th century, leaving only a tiny fraction for modern collectors. This scarcity, combined with strong demand, makes the 1953 no-mint mark Franklin half a true treasure. And here's the moment you've been waiting for, the value that transforms this simple 50-cent piece into a fortune. The Franklin half-dollar 1953 without mint mark, in circulated condition, has a current market value of an astonishing $245,000. Yes, you heard that right, $245,000. $245,000 for a coin that once jingled in someone's pocket, perhaps buying a meal, a bus ticket, or a gallon of gasoline back in the 1950s. Think about it. The same coin that could once barely buy dinner now holds the power to change lives. That is the magic of rare coins. That is the reward for those who seek, discover, and treasure history. Circulated coins can be treasures. Don't overlook a coin just because it has wear. Its story, age, and rarity can make it just as valuable or even more valuable than a pristine example. Philadelphia issues matter. The no-mint mark, Franklin halves from the early years, are especially prized. They tie directly to America's first mint, and that historical weight adds incredible demand. Every coin tells a story. The scratches, the toning, the wear, these are not flaws. They are history written on silver. The Franklin $half 1953, without mint mark, in circulated condition, is more than a coin. It's a survivor of time, a witness to America's past, and today, a treasure worth nearly $250,000. Here on Secrets of U.S. Coins, we continue to uncover these hidden fortunes, proving again and again that what may look ordinary could, in truth, be extraordinary. And friends, remember, we are only at coin number 6. The journey doesn't end here. Ahead lie even more shocking discoveries, breathtaking values, and hidden treasures waiting to be revealed. Stay with me, the best is yet to come. Coin number 7. Let's unveil the 1961 Franklin $half with the D mint mark, showing a mysterious black layer in fine condition. The year 1961 was the dawn of a new era in America. The country was on the edge of transformation, with John F. Kennedy stepping into the presidency, technology racing ahead, and the silver age of coinage nearing its end. At the Denver Mint, the Franklin $half continued to roll off the presses, bearing the bold D mint mark. But here's the twist. While millions were minted, very few have survived with characteristics that set them apart, like the enigmatic black layer on this particular coin. This blackened surface is not damage, it is part of its story, a layer of time itself. Coins with such distinct toning or layering are highly coveted, as they mark the passage of decades in a way no uncirculated coin can replicate. As always, the obverse showcases the calm and commanding profile of Benjamin Franklin, a reminder of intellect, innovation, and America's fight for independence. On the reverse, the Liberty Bell demands attention, proudly displaying its historic crack. To the right of the bell, a tiny eagle perches, completing the design that collectors have grown to revere. But this coin is different. The black layer gives it a mysterious, almost shadowed appearance, as if it has been guarded by history itself. Some collectors believe such toning can enhance the individuality of a coin, making it stand out among thousands. And when you're holding a coin worth hundreds of thousands, uniqueness is everything. The Denver Mint coins of 1961 were produced in large numbers, but here's the catch. Silver $half faced massive melting during the silver rush of the late 1960s and 1970s. Millions disappeared forever. The ones that survived were often heavily circulated, worn down, or stripped of their natural toning. That's why this fine condition 1961 with D. Franklin, with its rare black layer, is such a standout. It's not just another coin, it's a survivor with a unique appearance that collectors chase relentlessly. Its rarity is amplified by the fact that toned coins in collectible condition from this year are extremely hard to come by. Now, for the part you've been waiting for, the treasure hidden in this coin. The Franklin half-dollar 1961, with D mint mark, fine condition, bearing its mysterious black layer, has a current market value of an eye-popping $232,000. Yes, over $230,000. Imagine that. A coin minted for 50 cents, a coin that passed through the hands of ordinary Americans in 1961, today standing as a piece of silver worth more than a grand fortune. This is no exaggeration, no fiction, it's the truth. This is the kind of wealth that makes collectors' hearts race and keeps the auction houses buzzing. And let me tell you, the market value of this coin is increasing every single day. With demand rising and supply shrinking, holding a coin like this is like holding a treasure chest that grows heavier with gold each year. What does this coin teach us? First, never dismiss coins that carry unique toning, layers, or patina. What some see as imperfection is, in reality, a badge of rarity and uniqueness. Second, always pay attention to Denver Mint issues of the Franklin half-dollar series. These often carry surprises that the market values enormously. And third, stay patient. Rare coins like the 1961D are treasures that reward those who hold them. Values soar with time, and history proves this truth again and again. The 1961 with D Franklin half-dollar with its black layer is more than a piece of silver. It's a time capsule, a survivor, a treasure, and an investment all at once. At $232,000, it stands as proof that the smallest finds can become life-changing discoveries. Here at Secrets of U.S. Coins, we bring you these faithful, trustful stories every day, reminding you that treasures are out there waiting to be discovered. And remember, we're not finished yet. Ahead lies our final Franklin half-dollar of this list, coin number 8, and I promise you, it's one you cannot miss. Coin number 8. Here we are, my friends. We've uncovered treasures one after another, and each coin has taken us deeper into the hidden wealth of America's past. But now, we arrive at the final chapter of today's incredible journey, the last coin in this lineup. And trust me, it is a masterpiece. This is coin number 8, the Franklin half-dollar 1962 without mint mark, in very fine condition, with a breathtaking look that has stunned collectors across the world. The year was 1962. The world was on the edge of transformation. The Cuban Missile Crisis loomed, America was at the height of Cold War tensions, and John F. Kennedy's vision of a new frontier captured the imagination of the nation. Yet, in the midst of all this turmoil and hope, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia quietly continued producing Franklin half-dollars, silver coins that would soon become legends. The Franklin half-dollar series was in its final years, soon to be replaced by the Kennedy half-dollar after the tragic events of 1963. That makes these last issues, especially from Philadelphia, with no mint mark, even more significant. They represent the end of an era, the closing of a chapter in American coinage. On the obverse, Franklin's profile gazes forward, a symbol of wisdom, independence, and innovation. On the reverse, the Liberty Bell dominates the design, its crack standing as a symbol of freedom, hard-won and enduring. But what makes this coin shine above others is its beautiful look, despite being over 6 decades old. Very fine condition means the details are still bold. The lines in Franklin's hair, the lettering around the rim, and even the iconic crack of the Liberty Bell remain sharp. This coin carries the dignity of age while still showing off its beauty, and that combination is exactly what collectors crave. The 1962 Philadelphia issue may not have been the lowest mintage of the series, but finding a survivor in very fine condition, without damage, without melting, and without heavy wear is a true challenge today. Remember, millions of Franklin halves were melted during the silver rush of the late 1960s and 1970s, and countless others were lost in circulation. To find one in this state is like pulling treasure from a storm, scarce, radiant, and worthy of high demand. Collectors worldwide seek the final years of the Franklin series because they carry both historical closure and investment power. The 1962 no-mint mark is one of those coins that continues to rise in demand with every passing year. And now, the treasure is revealed. The Franklin half-dollar 1962 without mint mark, in very fine condition, with a beautiful appearance, holds a jaw-dropping current market value of $230,000. Yes, $230,000 for a coin once worth just $0.50. Think about that. A small piece of silver, minted in Philadelphia, now standing as a treasure chest in your hand. Its value is real, current, and growing every day. If you're holding one of these, you're not just holding money, you're holding history, fortune, and a legacy that will only grow stronger with time. This is not speculation, it's the truth. The auction houses prove it. The collectors confirm it. The demand rises with every passing year. And the market knows one thing. Coins like this are not just valuable, they are priceless pieces of history. The 1962 Franklin half-dollar teaches us something powerful. Never underestimate the final years of a coin series. These closing issues often gain immense demand because they represent the end of a story. Collectors want them, investors crave them, and those who hold them are rewarded with values that soar year after year. Also, it reminds us that beauty matters. A coin that has kept its sharp details, its appeal, and its dignity will always command a premium. Condition is king, and this coin proves it. And there you have it, our final treasure for today's journey. The Franklin half-dollar 1962 without mint mark, very fine condition, standing tall, with a market value of $230,000. It is a coin of beauty, rarity, and fortune. My friends, across all 8 Franklin half-dollars we've revealed today, one thing is clear. What may look ordinary in your hand can in truth be extraordinary. Each coin is a piece of history, a vault of wealth, and a reminder that treasures still exist, waiting for those who have the eyes to see them. Here on Secrets of US Coins, you can count on faithful, trustful updates every day. Together, we will continue to search, uncover, and reveal the hidden riches of coin collecting. So don't stop here. The world of rare coins is vast, the treasures endless, and the opportunities life-changing. Stay with us, because every day brings a new discovery, a new story, and maybe, just maybe, the next great treasure that could be yours.